Are you getting confused? Are you getting a bit confused by all the information that is out there now, all the truth and the freedom knowledge, all that, the spiritual stuff about food and stuff about farming and all of that? Are you finding it overwhelming and confusing and what have you? Well, I'm not surprised. So am I. As you know, Julia and I are getting ourselves a piece of land, and we're going to concentrate on being as much off-grid as we can, out of the system as we can, eating as quality food as we can, doing our own growing and standing, I suppose, in our own truth. Having spent nearly 3 years in this space, talking to you and interviewing loads of people and having huge amounts of emails coming through, there are many conclusions that I have come to learn and understand. And one of those is there's a lot of barking mad people out there. Some of them are the viewers themselves, unfortunately, and some of them are the people who are either selling books, selling courses, or have got events going on and all of that. There's a lot of, to my mind, yes, there is a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of charlatans. There's a lot of people who are preying on the vulnerable. And that is a shame. But of course, that's no different to any other sphere of life. In any other sphere of life, you can have your cowboy builders and your genuine builders. You can have your cowboy plumbers, you can have your genuine plumbers. You know, every avenue is going to have the bad apples, the mad apples, the sad apples, and then the ones that are actually very good. The problem that we all have all the way through this is that we have to weave our way and go, well, actually, you're talking rubbish and you're talking sense. But it's very difficult in the truth and freedom movement, because sometimes what you think is absolute hogwash and rubbish turns out to be more in line with the truth than somebody else who seems to be talking sense. And we know that's true because we've followed, say, the government's path for many, many years, thinking that, say, sending your children to school was a sensible thing, that children of all the same age in a classroom of 30 people, so in other words, they're not mixing with younger or elderly or older rather, or different ages. They're all of the same, they're all and pretty much of the same sort of background, that would be a great way of learning new things. But we've actually realised that although that sounds very sensible, we realise, and we must think that because we've allowed that to go on for decades and decades and decades, and it's only now we begin to question it, isn't it? But when you question, you go, hang on a minute, you've got 30 odd people in the same class, they're all of the same age, they're all wearing the same uniform, and there's one teacher in front of them telling them what to think. Maybe that isn't quite as sensible as we originally thought. And so sometimes some people who are saying things which do sound barking mad may actually be the sensible ones. But how do you tell? I have learnt that in the last sort of nearly 3 years that I've been in this space, the charlatans, and I still get them, emailing me saying, can I come on the show, Richard? I run this course. It's going to be beneficial to humanity, and you know, people must know about it, and I'd love to come on. And I think to myself, oh yeah, and how much are you going to make out of that? You haven't offered me anything. You just want to come on and publicise your course or your book. And I noticed that there seems to be a lot of people who are doing this stuff and they can't prove it. You know, they'll write a book or they'll run a course or there'll be a retreat and they'll say, yes, this is going to do this to your mind, or this will reveal a secret civilization, or this will take you spiritually into the unknown. And but they can't prove any of it. And so people are going on blind faith, going, oh, maybe this is the answer. Perhaps you, the gentle viewer there, have been on these courses, bought these books, or been to these retreats, or gone to these talks and found, did you get the answer? Have you got to keep going? Oh no, it wasn't that one. It feels like, you know, the old pulling on a piece of string. Oh no, that's not the one. It's, you know, looking for wires for that VCR recorder that you'd stop using, but there's a cassette tape you want to play, and you're trying to find the wires. And it, you know, feels a bit like that, doesn't it? And I think that those people that actually step out of the matrix, those people that have found some spiritual path for them, those people that have discovered what is lawful and what is legal and is dealing with it, are the quiet ones who don't make a fuss, who don't try and sell books on the subject, who aren't trying to sort of make money out of it. I think they're just doing it. They just quietly step out of the matrix, do their thing, and they do it. And I think also it's permitted to step out of the matrix. Once you understand what's going on and you effectively say, for example, to the government, I'm not in your system, thanks very much, it's been interesting, we've had a good time, you fleeced me, I was stupid, I let you do that, but I've had enough now and I'm going to do my own thing. I think actually, if you're quiet about it, you're honourable, you don't lie, that you do no harm, cause no loss, you love your neighbour, I think actually that is allowed, tolerated, and that a small number will reach that and will go off and do it. Where it becomes, I think, a problem is those that are appearing on loads of podcasts, flogging their books, their courses, their retreats, their talks, whatever it is, their products. You know, if you buy this, it'll get you a certain amount of vibration. Well, prove it. How is that? You know, stick this on the back of your phone and you won't get the EMFs. Well, prove it. I want to know. I can't take all this on blind faith. You're revealing something to me, and really, does it make any difference in my life? Have I suddenly got improved? I don't know. All I know is, having run the thing, is that I became demonetized. I had a perfectly normal channel doing bald exploring landscape, heritage and nature, and I've gone down this path and I found actually, through the truth and freedom stuff, that I've been demonetized, being told I'm giving out misinformation, when actually it was the guests that were coming on with the misinformation. So I do in some instances feel a bit gullible. But having said that, I feel that within the noise of all this stuff, that I've actually found, for me, what works. And so that Julia and I can step away. I feel that we will be stepping out of the matrix a bit. We will be in the world, but not of it, because you have to use bank accounts. We still have to use fiat currency, but that there is a new beginning happening. It is slow and gradual, but actually the old system is crumbling, and I honestly believe that. And at the moment, because of that, we're seeing everybody coming up with, here's a course to get out, and here's my book that proves nothing, and here's this, and all the rest of it. And it's a strange world, isn't it? Now, before I go, let me just move over here, because yes, I have written a book, and yes, you know, after nearly 3 years, but the difference, this is my plea, and you can believe it or believe it not. Yes, I need to earn some money, and yes, it would be nice if people bought the book, of course. Biggleswick, the town that wouldn't comply, is the story of a town that says no to the net zero policies. It says no to surveillance and 5G, fluoride in water, the sexualisation of children. It says no to all those sort of basic things, and how the town decides to deal with it. It's a fiction. I'm not claiming that this proves anything. It's a fiction. You go through the story, you meet the characters. I'm an entertainer, you see. So to me, I'm saying it's a fiction. However, within fiction, any fiction, you can learn and feel and get ideas. Many books have truths in them. Look at the fiction 1984. That's a fiction, isn't it? Or is it? Exactly. So I'm not making any claims. I believe there are some truth bombs in this which will be of interest to both the people in the know and the people who've don't have no idea what's going on in the world. I deliberately wrote it as a fiction because I'm not trying to say that there is a truth somewhere that I cannot prove. It's a fiction. It's not quite yet out, so don't go looking for it. I'm right at the end of the proofreading stage, and it will be published soon. I will keep you updated on that, and I will keep you updated on our land stuff. And take you and share all the mistakes, all the errors, all the trials that we do. We don't have the answers, but we're going to enjoy stepping away from town life into country life. And we'd love it if you come along with us on the English Couple channel. We will be putting up content there. It's a bit slow at the moment because we're in the business of actually purchasing the land, waiting for one solicitor to talk to the other solicitor, and then that solicitor to send you bits of paper, and you sign these bits of paper, all that sort of business. But it's going to be fun, and it will be nice to get away from all the noise of, please can I come on the channel, and I've got this new thing, and this is amazing, and this book tells you what's going on and you didn't know about it. All of that, it's just going to be nice to be in a real world where we find our own spirituality with nature and growing and being in harmony with the earth in our way. Not somebody else's way, not somebody follow this and do that and do the other, but in our way. And I think at the end of the day, probably that's what we've all got to do. We've all got to find our own inner peace and take back our own responsibility, become as self-reliant as we can, and find what works for us. And that will be very different for each and every one of us. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope that came over all right. I'll see you next time.